can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it all night long. You can do it. You can do it, Nikki. Kick him in his hairy balls. You can do it. Cut his freaking balls off. You can do it, Ozzy. Bite his freaking head off. You can do it. Cut his fucking head off. You can do it. Get that old ass of yours in the end zone.
What does that intro have to do with our show? Absolutely nothing. It just means I haven't made an intro yet. Welcome to the second edition of Long Time First Time, where we watch not new stuff. Forget all those new movies. It's stuff that we haven't seen and we're watching for the first time ever in our lives. Could be a couple years old. Could be a decade. Could be several decades. Got to stay tuned and find out. And also, too, we do an open invite where our friends can join us as well, or even you, the viewers. Even if we don't know you, you're a stranger and somehow found this channel.
I would die. I would love that.
That's what Brent is hoping for. And hey, speak of the devil, it's JPO, Jordan Pearson, joined here as always by the bad man to my Robin. That's right, I made myself Robin. It's Brandon. I just want to wear
I am honored.
I'm
honored.
thinking
Not
Robin,
only
like with the green leaf underwear. Like, that's what I'm thinking of.
Ooh, I would love to see you in that. Not only do you give me Batman, you give me the platform to have these weird show ideas. But actually, this isn't a weird show idea. I love this. I'm excited. I was buzzing after that first episode. I was texting Jordan like, that went so well. That went so well. I was so excited. It's just making me watch more movies. I need to start watching some bad movies because everything is just. I've been watching.
I got you covered tonight.
Next week, I'm gonna try to find something bad. Also, Ricochet signs multi-deal to AEW. Just wanted to.
Yeah, there's your random wrestling news. We know that's why you tuned in.
Yes, but yeah, hopefully we get. I'm excited. Hopefully we get some people in here. We'll drop the link in the chat in a bit. I loved it. I loved people coming on here. I think we got some people. We reached out to some people. If we don't get you on this episode, always every Thursday. You know where to go if you want to talk about good or bad movies. I like hearing people talk about bad
whatever
movies.
You saw organically, yeah.
Anything.
Well, what'd you see this week, though, Brandon? Kick it off. What you got?
Where do I want to start here? Should I go good? Should I go like? Do I want to end with the best?
I would chronologically, but that's just me.
Ooh, I like chronologically, and you know what? Ironically, actually, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Okay. The first movie I watched is I'm a big Miyazaki fan. Studio Ghibli fan. I've seen a lot of them. I've not seen all of them. And I wanted to watch a Studio Ghibli movie that was not Miyazaki. So I watched 1995's Whisper of the Heart on Max, if you want to watch it. Directed by Yoshifumi Kondo. And it's actually a pretty interesting story about this guy. He was a animator and like a writer, and he worked on a lot of additional directing stuff on a lot of the Miyazaki stuff. Like he worked on Princess Mononoke, Grave of the Fireflies, other things like that. And he was actually tasked or like kind of pinned to be the next Miyazaki. Ghibli was like, you're going to be the next guy. And then right after he made this movie, Whisper of the Heart, he unfortunately passed away. So it's a pretty interesting story of like this guy who was supposed to be the next big animator, but he made this one pretty great movie. It's like a teenage romance coming of age film about this girl who's in love with books, and she keeps seeing this guy in every book she checks out from the library. She's the same name every single time, and she's like, who is this guy who loves the same things I do? And it's just a really, really fun, not sad, it's just a good, heartwarming animated movie. Gorgeous animation, really good voice actors. That's the thing with, I usually watch my anime. When I watch anime, I typically watch it in Japanese. But whenever it comes to the Studio Ghibli films, the dubs are really, really good. Once Disney bought them, the dubs are really, really good. You're just watching a random Japanese thing?
This is the live action version. This is a real thing.
Oh, they made a live action version of it?
Yeah, look at it.
Violins and books. She's way older, but okay. But yeah, we got Brittany Snow was in it. Gene Smart is in this.
So they must have redubbed this years later.
So so with the Ghibli stuff, they come out in like the 90s, and even like Mononoke, and they all come out in the 90s and 80s, but then they redub it. Like My Neighbor Totoro came out, and I think in either the late 80s or early 90s, and then they had the Fanning sisters do the voices later on. I think Disney kind of did some type of deal with Ghibli. I'm not exactly sure. So they redub them. The newer ones they do current, but the old ones they dub years later. So we have Brittany Snow, Jean Smart, Carrie Elwes, Ashley Tisdale. Not the biggest cast, but again, some like really good people, and you get some great performances, beautiful animation. If you're looking for something Ghibli that's not Grave of the Fireflies or Miyazaki, highly recommend Whisper of the Heart. I give it 4 stars.
Oh, very nice.
It's just
a
solid. Was that?
No, I was saying you said this was 1995?
Yeah.
Okay. Four stars. All right, so hey, only jumping. I think 1 year earlier is my film here. I watched for the first time The River Wild. Good old Meryl Streep, David Strathairn, and their child, kind of kidnapped by Kevin Bacon and good old John C. Reilly. How dare you be evil, John C. Reilly? And they try to get him because they just robbed somebody, and the only way to maybe kind of get through the safety is to take this river journey here. Meryl Streep has done it before, and so they kind of first they're kind of nice, and that's what's kind of good too. Kevin Bacon gets to show both personalities here. He is charming in the first little bit of the movie here, where he's kind of chumming up to the family here, and then finally when you realize that maybe they're not so good with their nefarious deeds. He also gets we have a really fun evil guy as well here. Riley is kind of more or less his sidekick here, and actually, funny enough, I'll say a sentence. I wonder if anyone else can say. I saw the remake. Did you know they remade this last year?
They did.
The
whole time you were talking, I thought this was the Jonathan Taylor Thomas movie, Wild America, but now I'm seeing it.
No, that's just Wild. No, last year they did it with Taron Killam and Adam Scott, but it's a completely different premise. There's no kid or anything. It's just, but it is again having to like.
Is it called River Wild?
Like River Wild. Yeah, no. It's River Wild. It's straight up the same exact title for sure.
With Adam Brody and Leighton Meester.
Adam Brody. I said Scott did I do that a couple times. Damn. Yeah, Leighton Meester is the main girl. Yeah, and Taron Killam from SNL, who you don't necessarily associate with thrillers or anything, isn't it as well?
3 stars.
So I saw that one because I'm a Taron Killam fan. And yeah, and this one's actually not too far from that actually. That one had enough thrills, I guess. This is directed by Curtis Hanson, who's got an interesting filmography. He did things like HBO movie Too Big to Fail. He did In Her Shoes with Cameron Diaz, Lucky You with Drew Barrymore and Eric Bana, but his biggest movies are The Wonder Boys, LA Confidential, and 8 Mile. So he's got a kind of interesting filmography here, and this one's kind of right in the middle here. I did enjoy it. Good adventure movie here, and Meryl Streep, by the way, I feel like I only know like later on in life. Really good looking. I was like, oh damn, you were hot.
I know, yeah. She's like always been old in my mind.
Yeah, I only know her. I think later on, I kind of feel like I really found her in the 2000s. I didn't feel like I saw much of her growing up. But I give it 3.5. Like I said, I think it's a good adventure movie here. Good family movie as well. They're kind of on the outs. Strathairn works a little bit too much. You know what I mean? And I kind of like how it all kind of succumbs in the end here. So it had me enough. Thought it was a good 90s little action movie here. Like I said, again, if you're watching, let us know here and make a comment here. Throw you the link. If you want to throw the link out to anybody, Brendan, feel free to do so.
Everyone said no to me.
Brandon has no friends, and neither do I. Well, what else did you watch this week, Brendan?
So yours was 94?
Yeah.
Mine was 95?
93?
Uh-huh. No, I'm going to go 3 years ahead to 97. Oh, okay. It's an all 90s episode.
Well,
so I've been trying to watch more John Woo. I started a couple months ago. I want to watch some of his like old Chinese stuff. I hope he's Chinese, but I'm pretty sure he is. So I decided to knock off one that I've been. This is my weekly whole fill, I guess if you want to call it. And it was batshit crazy, and I loved every second of it. I watched Face Off for the first time.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah. This movie is absolutely I don't know. First off, I don't know what I loved more. me watching Face Off or afterwards interrupting my wife's show and be like, okay, so here's what I just watched, and giving her, yes, that's what the segment, and like her interrupting her and how mad she looked when I was giving her the entire plot of Face Off. And it was just seeing the look on her face, like, this is a real fucking movie. I'm like, yes, this is a real fucking movie. The movie's insane. They don't make movies like this anymore, but the action is so good. The story is just, you know, it's intriguing. The acting, you know, it's way over the top, but I think they do that so you can kind of see the difference between, you can see when it's Travolta being Cage and Cage being Travolta. They go way over the top so you can kind of see who's being who. But it's just so freaking entertaining. That's the thing with like action movies these days. It's just like the action's not shot very good. The stories are basic. This one's just insane. And I kind of didn't even know what it was about. Like I knew there was like, it's called Face Off, and I knew there was some type of body swapping, but I didn't realize it was like he was going undercover and then he breaks out and then he takes over and he's stuck in jail. Then he has to break out of jail. This movie is awesome. Maybe I'll watch Broken Arrow next. I'm going to watch all these freaking John Woo movies because they're just badass. And like the end like chase scene is like 8 different vehicles and there's explosions everywhere. And Nicolas Cage is just being insane Nicolas Cage, and then you get John Travolta who's trying to be insane Nicolas Cage, and it's just, this movie's so freaking cool. It's like, it's hard to give it a 5-star because it's so silly, but I enjoyed it so much I gave it 4.5.
Hell yeah.
It's just awesome. I just love awesome movies. And like action movies now, they're all kind of samey, but this is just like freaking cool. And I'm gonna take his face off.
Yeah, 7-year-old me just said, fucking about time, Brandon. I've always loved this movie. This is a big 90s watch. Between this, Con Air, a little bit of The Rock, talking Nicolas Cage movie, not Dwayne. No, big fan of this movie growing up here. And yeah, John Woo, he's got some stuff you should see. Later on, he's definitely got some skippable stuff as well. So
yeah, I definitely want to watch the Chow Yun Fat stuff. Like, I watched The Killer. It's great. Hard Boiled is probably going to be on a future episode because that's one I've been wanting to watch for a long time. So like some of those old stuff, like before Mission Impossible 2.
Right on. Well, if you know me, you know I love me some bad movies here. So let's get to my first bad movie. I believe on the show because I don't think I hated anything too much last week here. I watched a movie called Big Sky. Why? I don't know. I think maybe I like Frank Grillo, and I thought the premise seemed interesting enough here. So Bella Thorne, who has a crippling case of agoraphobia, which doesn't want to leave the house. Her and her mother, Kyra Cedric, convince her to let's go and maybe try to get you looked at, get you fixed there. Along the way, they come across a couple of corrupt people, including the aforementioned Frank Grillo here, and that's about as best as you're going to get here. That's a bit of an exciting start to the beginning of the movie here, and the rest of it just drags here. Kyra Cedric is literally just in that passenger seat for the next hour. Bella Thorne, who kind of looks bored. I don't know if she's playing somebody that just doesn't have much personality or what, but it equals a boring character. She wanders the desert here. You really could have probably even found a different way to even say she's agoraphobic or however you want to put it, because I feel like that doesn't even play that much later on in the movie here. Like she kind of overcomes it. It seems kind of quickly here. Then it's just about her trying to get through this desert with maybe she runs like a weird guy at one point. That ends up being kind of whatever. It doesn't equal much. The ending is very kind of blunt and feels rushed here. Again, they run into other characters that are inconsequential. Yeah, it just was boring. It just never really equal to much here. It just didn't do much for me almost at all. That's why this thing, I can't even say 2 stars. I can only give it 1.5 stars. Oof. It's a 1.5-er. So not a big Sky fan for me.
Why can't Frank Grillo get good movies?
I
feel like he's fine and he's like entertaining.
Every once in a while, like I liked him in The Purge. He might be in the best Purges, actually.
Yeah.
And probably has the best character in those movies too, actually.
Definitely.
I'm trying to think what else. Warrior,
Jon
if you count
Bernthal
that,
is
really good.
old.
yeah, Jon Bernthal's just like slightly better and like maybe more.
They're kind of the same. And Jon Bernthal is just like gets the Frank Grillo role.
Because Grillo has definitely become too like there's a lot of like directed video stuff or now streaming if you will, but yeah.
I like it. I will not watch this.
And again, I do see we got some viewers, so if you're watching, you want to let us know something you watch. I don't think I've even dropped the.
I think I just did.
Oh, in the comments.
No, Chris. Nussbaum.
Brandon's like, you let me down, Chris and Brian.
I thought for sure we have like that built-in. It's fine. I'll ramble on this movie and we'll. I thought you said didn't you have somebody? Or maybe drop out.
They might have dropped out, or they had a new movie. I'm like, no, watch old movies.
Oh. Well, I don't care. Let them in. Okay. So I went 95, 97. I did Heat last week. It was 95. I'm gonna jump up a little bit to 2022.
Whoa! Wait, what? We can do that? All right.
Yeah, you don't have to stay 90s. This is a movie that people love. There's another movie attached to this that people also love. I liked that one, and then they made a secret prequel at the same time. So I don't know what I gave X. I gave X 4 stars. So then I finally decided to watch Pearl, and I love this movie. This movie is
Pearl is 22?
22. Maybe it was released in 23, but on Letterboxd. So sometimes Letterboxd is weird.
Oh yeah, that's definitely I feel like. Hold on, let me see what list do I have it on.
Is it 23?
I don't know because it is 2022. I thought maybe it was not that long. I'm crazy.
Yeah, because Letterboxd sometimes will like, oh yeah, here it says releases. It was released in 2022 in Italy, digital on US in 2022, Brazil in 2023. Yeah, so it's 2022. Sometimes they get weird with these artsy movies when they're released in different film festivals and stuff. But anyways, I watched 2022. I watched Pearl. I'm not like I said. I liked X. I'm not the craziest X fan like some people are.
I'm with
but
that.
I've always wanted to watch this, and I finally got. I was like looking for that one. I always want I always want like a really really like tentpole movie to cap off my lists with this weekly show. So I watched this, and it's like I said, incredible. It's a good movie. It's a very good movie with an amazing performance. And that performance from Mia Goth, for me, bumps this movie up so high. Any other actress, this is just like an all right horror movie with a couple of kills. But with Mia Goth, this is like a character study of this girl who really just wants to be seen and is just tired of being in the background and tired of being treated like crap and just kind of loses her mind. And this has 2 shots that will literally stay with me forever. One, the end credit scene. They pulled a Chalamet Call Me By Your Name where he's just staring at the fire, but in a completely different way. Apparently I heard that like that wasn't actually supposed to happen. Ty West was like, just hold it and I'll say when to say cut. And he just never yelled cut. But the way she's smiling, if you've seen it, you know, like the way she's smiling and crying, it's just like, she's not even doing anything, but she's doing so much at the exact same time. It's crazy. And then that monologue, I don't even know how long it was. I literally, actually, when that monologue was over, I've never done this before. In the middle of the movie, I restarted the monologue and watched it again. In the middle of the movie, I watched it twice. It was freaking sane. She was like screaming at first, and I know I've watched this thing on TikTok where it's like the best acting ever. And it's all people screaming. Like you don't have to scream to be a good actor, but she's screaming, and then she brings it back down, and she's crying, and she's making some good points, but she's also batshit crazy at the same time. And it's just you can't take your eyes off the screen. The camera does not move at all. and you can just picture in your mind what the person who the girl who's sitting across from her reaction is, and then like finally it pans over and she's just like, I gotta go. It's this movie was amazing, and my first introduction to the new Superman. I believe I've never seen him before, David Corenswet. I thought he was good. I thought he was I could see him as Clark Kent. He has a small little role in this. So I thought he was pretty good. I gave this movie, like I said, it's a very good movie, uplifted by a performance. I probably would have given this a 4, but those last 2 scenes at the end of the movie, the ending and the monologue, is a 4.5 for me.
No, I like the review.
The kills, I thought could have been a little. I mean, like she's not a killer, so they're kind of like low budgety kills if you want it, like just kind of like just stabs. I like the kills in X better. She gets better at it later on, then I guess. But I thought that held it back a little bit, a little slow burner, but again, it's a burner that pays off. So love it.
No, I dig it. I agree with a lot of review, by the way, too. Like, I like X. I don't love it as much as some. And I do prefer Pearl, literally just based on nothing in X takes me to that next level. Pearl does with that last monologue.
Yeah, like, X is a good, it's a fun 70s slasher, but nobody stands out. Like, Mia Goth's good in that, too. But in this, it's like a whole nother level.
Yeah, no, I feel like X is a 3. I had this at 3.5. I have Face Off at 4. I really like Face Off as well, by the way. Just I don't think I graded that earlier here. So potentially ending the show again. If you want to hop on in, let us know in a DM or here in the chat ski. We're gonna end with a Keanu Reeves movie here. A little bit more of a chill movie here compared to coming off of Pearl. It's a movie called Henry's Crime that came out about a decade or so ago, 2010, so 14 years ago. Keanu Reeves kind of perfect in this role here because I don't know if you want to say the guy is aloof or he's just really nice here. He ends up somehow becoming the getaway car during a robbery and that goes wrong. And he goes to jail and doesn't rat anybody out here, serves his time even though he didn't really want to do the crime, had no intention of it as well. And then decides, well, I went to jail for this crime. Might as well commit the crime now. So he does go to figure out how to rob this bank more successfully as well here. John Voight I'm sorry, not John Voight, the late James Caan. My bad, balding white guys. The late James Caan, I actually thought he was really good in this as well. Had a fun side role as well as a Caan that he ropes into it. There's some good play between him and Vera Farmiga as well here. It's a very, like I said, he's so chill. It's so kind of blasé that, again, like I like it. I'm going to recommend it, but not, again, in like a hardcore way. Like it just kind of like was like a nice, like, I don't know if I ever like lolled, but I smiled and like I did enjoy myself here. So it is like a slight recommendation. I'm going to give it an even 3 stars here. Again, I thought everyone was kind of good and pretty relatively well casted here and was a good time. Not next level by any means, but still a good time, especially when you're just kind of at home and you look for something maybe in like the afternoon or what to watch.
I've never heard of this movie. There's a lot of people in it.
No, it's kind of one of those little sneaky ones where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, look at that, and then give it a shot sometime, maybe if you're bored here.
Because it's that pre-John Wick, so it kind of snuck under the radar. Yeah. Love it.
Brendan, I don't see anyone in. Hold on, let me check my messages real quick. Yeah, I don't see anyone in the DMs or chat, so might have to wrap it up. Or what do you think, good sir?
You know what? I like talking to other people. It's fun. It's kind of what the show is all about. But at the end of the day, what the show is really about is me and you talking. So that's all I really care about. If you're watching this afterwards, we would love to have you. Reach out to us. We will remind you guys. I know it's tough to, maybe at 8 o'clock to find time to jump on with us. But again, if you watch this and you wanna get on, message us throughout the week. We will remind you again. All it takes is 5 minutes. If you're busy and you just want to say something, jump on for a second, 5 minutes, come on. I know we got some people that want to come on later episodes. We just got to find the time for them. But
I really that's what the show was about. Not only checking up with ourselves, with our, Brandon to me to Brandon, but yeah, you guys as well here too. If you want to made a bit of an interactive, fun, guest appearance show. So definitely reach out to us here in the DMs, whether it's you mess with me right here on YouTube, I believe. Not leave a comment, if not DM us personally. If you know us, like I said, if not, DM us right here on YouTube. Anything else, Brandon, before we jet off here? Any plugs, parting words?
My only plug that I'm doing for the rest of time is this show. So watch this show that we're watching right now.
So if I ever see another podcast, I'm going to yell at you, be like, get off the show. Leave.
Well, I'll only be doing that podcast to promote this show. I'm going to watch a bad movie.
Yeah, I don't go out of my way either way. I just, whatever kind of hits my fancy.
I haven't gone under 4. I've gone 4.5, 4, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4.5. I give out too many 4s, but I like whenever a movie's good, I just give it a 4,
I'll definitely say 5 is very hard for me.
Yeah.
If you're a 5, you are truly in probably my top 100, if not 200 tops. So yeah, 5's
three's kind of hard for me for some random reason.
Really? No, I'm a big 3 to 4 guy because if you're 1, that truly means I dislike you. 2 means all right, you had something going, but you missed the mark. 3 means like I said, it looks like Henry's crime. I can't say you're a 2. I like the actors, I like the plot,
sure.
Whatnot, you know what I mean? So it's that's a pretty perfect 3 for me here. River Wild again, it's kind of a 90s action thing. You know what I mean? It's the relationship's kind of rushed because you only got a couple hours to tell it. So, but it was still good and whatnot.
I've logged 36. This is logged. I probably have more, but I've logged 36 3 stars, 194 4 stars, and 61 5 stars. Wow, that's actually surprising.
What would you say? You said that's on Letterboxd?
On Letterboxd, just in my diary. So if you go to your diary, I think you can go to films too, but if you go to diary, it tells you what you've logged. And you can click on that little star rating. 83 4.5s. How many one? I don't think I've given any many 1s. 3 1s. The Room, Sharknado 5, and Your Place or Mine.
Oh, I see now.
The 3 most random movies. Have I given anything half a star? Oh yeah,
So
Cars 2 half a star, and this the Giant Spider Invasion.
7 times I've done 1.5. 20 times I've done 1. I'm sorry, no, half a star was 7. 50 times I've done 1.5. And this is just diaries too. This is not my all-time rankings. 134 times 2.
I gave Game Over Man 1.5 stars twice, apparently.
152.5. I'm probably not far off. That movie really disappoints me.
I know, that's why my friends loved it, and I was like, okay.
164, 3.5. 149, 4.
Yeah, 3. So I actually give out 4s, but I think it's because I'm actively trying. Bad movies are fun, but I'm actively trying to I would love if I turned a movie on. This is my new favorite movie of all time. That's what I'm looking for. That's all I'm looking for.
I do have 1.5 for Game Over Man.
So that's why as we get higher up, I give so many 4 stars, is because I'm trying to. Those are the type of movies I'm really looking forward to these days. There's only so much time in the world, right? Can't waste our time watching. I mean, I'll try to watch more bad movies, but
me and you are the only one in our friend group that agree with 1.5. There's some worse ones though. William Bibiani, my friend Andrew Dude the Hayes, they gave it a half of 1, not even a 1 star, a half of 1.
It's funny and enjoy, but bad.
Brian Michaels gave it 3.5. Brian Michaels really liked it. Brian, I cannot predict you.
And I love these guys.
No, I'm really disappointed we didn't get the Workaholics movie.
I know, but I think we're getting something else soon with them. Maybe. I don't know. Are we still on?
That would be nice. We are, yeah. I never ended it.
Anyone watching?
Yeah, there's one viewer. Hi, viewer.
Get in here.
Whoever you are.
Wait, I just clicked on it.
God damn it! Is it you just watching it?
No. I just clicked on it, so maybe that's not me. Okay, I'm out. All right. Well, you know what? Tune in next week. We're gonna have 5 guests. Five time guests.
And more than anything, we love you more than you'll ever know.
Motherfuck.